You in the wall? Uh-oh, we got a glitch. We got day one glitch, y'all. We got day one glitch. Coco's in the wall. Yo, what's good? It's me, your guy, all the way from Bed-Stuy, Habo, right here on habohplays. We're going to be talking about FBC Firebreak, the brand new co-op experience from Remedy Entertainment. And it's going to be a little different from the videos I normally do, where this will be part review, but also part highlight reel, I guess, of what we played on the live stream the other night with Coco Queenie. So let's get into it. Hopefully you dig it, and maybe you'll get the game too. Baja. FBC Firebreak comes to us from Remedy Entertainment, the same minds behind Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and Control. FBC Firebreak marks a sizable departure from Remedy's usual, traditionally single-player portfolio, stripping away the immersive third-party single-player narrative for a first-person multiplayer cooperative experience. Firebreak being Remedy's first self-published and multiplayer game, it has very high expectations to exceed and fill. Fortunately, FBC Firebreak breaks away from the typical live service mechanics we've become accustomed to in the past few years. There's no battle pass, there's no limited time events, there's no chore-like check-ins for daily rewards. For now, more on that later. It's a straightforward game with a straightforward price too. With so many newer games opting to increase their prices up to $70 and even $80, and some of them even going up to $90, Remedy has opted to make FBC Firebreak a reasonable $40. And if you're on Xbox Game Pass, you get the game at no additional cost to you. Listen, I love me a good co-op experience, and I've been itching for something as good as Valve's Left 4 Dead franchise for years. Turtle Rock's Back 4 Blood tried to do that, but it just didn't make the cut. And so many others have tried to fill that gap, and they just weren't hitting right. So when Remedy dropped that trailer for FBC Firebreak, I caught myself getting a little hype, even though I was cautiously optimistic. A brand new and original co-op experience set in the same world as one of my favorite games of all time? Sign me up. As I just mentioned, FBC Firebreak takes place in the same exact location as Control, but instead of flying around as a superpower white lady, we're actually part of the FBC's Firebreak team, a 3-man containment squad assigned to battling the Hiss and securing key areas within the oldest house. We as the players have a choice of 3 different classes to choose from. These classes are called Crisis Kits. They include the Fix Kit, which allows you to repair objectives quickly and also comes with a turret and a big-ass wrench. The Jump Kit, which allows you to recharge objectives quickly, applies shock status to enemies, and you can do a little pogo stick trick or whatever it is, and also has an exploding boombox that taunts enemies for crowd control. And last but not least, the Splash Kit, my personal favorite, which allows you to heal allies of status effects, apply wet status to enemies, which pairs well with shock, and also restore health with a big-ass humidifier. You choose a kit, you customize your loadout, then you set off on jobs, which are basically FBC Firebreak's version of missions. And these aren't simple point A to point B objectives either. Each job has a particular objective or theme. For instance, in Paper Chase, you have to destroy a certain amount of rogue sticky notes. Yes, sticky notes. And ultimately leading to a final showdown and a boss fight that I'm not going to spoil right now. Whether you're using voice chat or not, communication is key to success. FBC Firebreak gently encourages you to stick together with your squad by providing a bonus shield when exploring the maps together. Break away from that pack, however, and you're vulnerable to the onslaught of Hiss that swarm you very frequently. They got a video game in here too. Shoom? Somebody, what the Yo!
Why you coming here like that?
Oh yeah, he don't got no face! Oh, it's mad at these niggas outside. Oh, it's over. It makes me wonder if Remedy utilizes a director AI similar to Valve's Left 4 Dead series. I say this to say because there are moments where you get a little bit of a reprieve and then only to get mollywopped immediately after once you start loading up on ammo and collectibles. Yes, there are collectible documents just like in Control, and in this game, they help you level up your abilities and weapons. It's a pretty cool system that, as of writing this, Remedy has patched to be more efficient and much faster. There's a lot going on in this game, and I mean a lot. And unfortunately, there's not much in the way of explaining most of it. You kind of just have to figure out what to do on your own. Yes, you do the objectives, but also you want to explore to find the documents in order to level up and become stronger, to take on the higher difficulties, to get more stuff to level up and continue that cycle over and over again. While you could probably get by using whatever you want in most of these missions, some weapons and kits are better suited for specific missions and enemies. Referencing Paper Chase again, the quickest way to get rid of the sticky notes is to use the Splash Kit to make them wet and then damage them in one hit. And honestly, I feel like it pairs well with the shock because it does some really good AoE. So you make everything wet Somebody comes in with a shock and it blows up like a good chunk of the sticky notes. It's a pro tip. While FBC Firebreak has fantastic and phenomenal art direction that I really appreciate as an artist myself, continuing what we saw in Control, and also has very unique mission structure, it falters in areas where the gameplay matters the most. The gunplay feels like a wet paper bag hitting the wall. There's no impact when shooting or getting hit. There's been a few times when I was playing with Coco on and offline where I was near death and didn't even know it because there's no impact when you're getting hit or getting shot at. See, I didn't even know I was getting hit. My health is almost gone. I didn't even know I was getting hit. They need to fix that. As far as weapons, we have shotguns, revolvers, SMGs, and machine guns, plus grenades with default damage and elemental damage as well. Again, due to the lack of impact, everything feels like a soggy bowl of lo mein. I don't feel the power behind something like the machine gun as anyone else would feel. You want to feel that. You don't feel that at all. The game also feels incredibly imbalanced, lacking a sense of weight. Enemy types are all over the place, where regular hiss end up being tankier than elite versions of hiss. There's one creature in particular that pisses me off. It gets me tight every time I see it now. It's like this freaky bat thing. I think it was in Control. It's this freaky, fleshy bat thing. It turns invisible, sneaks up on you, hits you with like a beam of blood or whatever kind of nonsense, turns invisible again, vanishes, and then comes back to rinse and repeat the process. You have to chase this thing down or avoid it to try to get rid of it. Why is this motherfucker stronger than actual hiss with body armor? It would be helpful if there was some sort of tooltip or in-game glossary to reference for damage types and stats, but there isn't anything there. You can't track stats. You can't even look up damage types, information on buffs, weaknesses, nothing. There's no information for even the enemy types or names. All we know is that they're called the hiss. And if you haven't played Control over and over again, you probably don't remember the name of any of them things. Let's be real. There's not even the cool, aesthetically pleasing documents and videos that we saw in Control that helped us along with figuring out the world around us to help us combat the things and dangers within the oldest house. Most of the time that I was playing with Coco off and on stream was figuring everything out in the moment and praying for the best.
Got my shoulders tensed up.
This lack of resource and information hinders the experience overall, and the lack of proper tutorials and onboarding could deter even the most easygoing of players. Yo, we had a dude leave mid-game because he went off to explore while me and Coco was trying to do the actual objective, the mission, which was getting to the elevator. We were in the final moments of the mission, running for our lives, fighting for our lives, every hiss in the room, every hiss on the map chasing us on our neck. And guess what? He got his shit rocked and he left. He got his shit rocked and he left because he went off to do something he wasn't supposed to do. He had no shielding, no backup, no resources, no nothing. So imagine if the game actually had tooltips to tutorialize and let people know how the missions are supposed to go and what you're supposed to do, when to fight, when to run, when to do objective, when to explore. And I feel like a lot of the people that are coming into the game now, they have this Call of Duty Fortnite mindset where it's just like shoot 'em up, bang, bang. And that's not what is supposed to happen in this game. It's objective based. It's objective based. We're supposed to be doing specific things to succeed. And that's not, that mindset is not entirely Remedy's fault, but still, we need tooltips, we need information, we need a glossary, we need a bestiary, we need all of it. Give us everything. The videos that they're putting on YouTube should be in the game. Another aspect of Firebreak that really bothers me is the pacing of the different jobs, the missions that we do in the game. On one, you're mowing down sticky notes and sticky note demons. The next one, you're shooting down wall leeches to get radioactive pearls to power a rocket ship. I think it's a rocket ship, something like that. And then the next one, you're turning on space heaters to melt ice anomalies around the map. All of these activities sound fun in theory, and they are. I've been playing the game since launch, and I love it. I think I'm like level 14, 15 now. But the execution of these things leaves something to be desired. I love Paper Chase. I've already mentioned it 6,000 times, and I will mention it 6,000 times more because it's fast-paced. It showcases the game's strengths and allows players to come in and experiment with weapon types and team composition due to it being slightly less tedious than the other jobs. Freezer Duty, which sounds just as boring as it plays, has you waiting literal minutes with these portable space heaters to melt the ice. And while you're waiting, you live kind of just twiddling your thumbs, fighting off waves of hiss, and it gets kind of old after a while. I really like FBC Firebreak. I've been playing since launch, like I said. I enjoy it. I wouldn't play it if I didn't like it, right? I wouldn't play it if I didn't like it. I enjoy the art direction. I love the sound design. Everything sounds really good in your ears, or if you're playing on a speaker, you can tell what direction things are coming from, where the hiss are coming from. Is really cool. I love being a part of this world, this small little section of the world that's part of a bigger universe where we're playing as not the main characters, not the main hero characters, but the small team that help out the main characters. We're not Jesse Faden, we're not Alan Wake, but it still feels cool to get in there with your friends and shoot down hiss to help out and get to the bottom of whatever is going on with the oldest house that we'll probably see in Control 2. I love a lot of things about the game, but I want to love the game for the gunplay, for the pacing, from the moment-to-moment stuff. There's a lack of lore there, and that sucks. Yes, we do get to hear from Hank from time to time at the beginning of missions and those moments where we're on the menu and he talks to the rest of the team, or when our characters are referencing things in the levels, but that's not enough. This game is lacking the basic fundamentals and mechanics that would actually elevate it to being a multiplayer hit for the summer. This would be a really good summer game, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And you know what? I'm not the only person that feels this way. Not only are there people on Discord and Reddit giving proper feedback, but the person I played with, Coco, the other night on stream has some really choice opinions as well. So here's what she had to say.
So the game seems decent so far. They definitely need a tutorial on how to work all three. I mean, I only did two. I didn't do the splash one. I had no clue what I was doing. But then again, I didn't even I just jumped right in. You played before, I didn't. So maybe that's what kind of threw me in for a loop. But the graphics are good. The sound is really good. Like even though I only have one headphone in, like you said earlier, you can hear where they're coming from. The aiming was good. Again, I don't know what I was doing with the shock. I thought I was using it, but the shock was not shocking. But overall, it seems like a pretty decent game. Definitely something to play with your friends. I would play this again with my friends. I wouldn't play this along with like other random people. I would just play it with friends. But it's a pretty decent game. Good, decent.
Now, to reiterate, at the time of writing this, Remedy has released a quality of life patch that addressed some of the issues that I had and many other people on Discord and Reddit had as well. So I'm hoping that it also adjusted some of the jobs that falter with pacing. And if it didn't, I'm pretty sure that in the near future, they'll probably adjust that too. A wave of hiss? Bro, we barely got rid of this wave. So remember earlier when I mentioned Remedy didn't put any microtransactions or that live service gobbledygook that we've become accustomed to in modern gaming? They actually dropped a roadmap. 2 major updates are slated for the fall and winter of 2025. Both updates will include new job sites, enemies, game mechanics, gear, and all free rewards. But then there's the paid requisitions, which is basically like their battle pass. It's full of cosmetics and whatnot, so it's not like a pay to win thing, but there is a FOMO aspect to it because obviously that's what's going to happen inevitably, right? And I guess this sort of thing is just also inevitable with multiplayer games. I don't think I've seen one yet that did not include a battle pass or microtransactions or anything of that sort. And I guess the team just has to get paid somehow, right? I just hope it doesn't get too out of hand, because look at what happened with Diablo 4 and their reliquary system. Yo, all that stuff they got up there, their cosmetics in the shop is mad expensive and overpriced. It's unnecessary. So Remedy, if you're watching this, please don't follow their lead. Do what you got to do, but don't OD on us, all right? I trust y'all. All in all, I'm going to keep it a buck. Despite the flaws, despite the issues, I really enjoy FBC Firebreak. It's fresh, it's innovative, and it comes from one of my favorite developers that I truly love and trust. They've been on their shit. Remedy has been on their shit the last few years. Control is one of my favorite games of all time. Alan Wake 2 is phenomenal. And they've obviously been killing it with other franchises like Max Payne and Quantum Break. So I want this game to succeed. I want Firebreak to succeed. I want them to see great success with this game, especially since it's their first fully self-published game and fully first multiplayer experience. And who knows, they could grow from here and create something even better. And I want to see how this connects to the greater RCU, the Remedy Connected Universe, and how this goes into Control 2. Control 2. So if you got some homies that you can play with on the regular, you got a spare $40 lying around, I'd highly recommend getting this game. You can get it on all the platforms. And like I said, Xbox Game Pass, no additional cost. You can play it right now for free. And I recommend this because I see that they're in the Discord. They're active. They're listening to people and they're trying to fix and update the game as quickly as possible. So this could be one of them things, man. Good community, good publisher, solid relationship between the two. So with that all being said, I give FBC Firebreak 3.5 BBs out of 5. Yo, thank you so much for watching this video. Damn, I just hit the mic in excitement. Thank you so much for watching this video because I've never done a video game review before. I've reviewed other things like art exhibitions, organizations, cartoons, animation, TV shows, stuff like that, but never a video game. So this is really exciting because I love video games. I love playing them. That's why I have this channel. And shout out to Coco for playing with me on stream the other night because that was really fun too. That was mad fun. And maybe we'll see this again. Maybe we'll see the game again. Maybe we'll see Coco on stream again, playing this game specifically. But thank y'all again. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow this place over here. We're trying to monetize. We're trying to get up there. It helps out. Everything helps out. And if you want to take that support a step further, you can join Patreon, patreon.com/habtunes. You already know where the links is at. It's in the description below and all that good stuff. And it comes with some really amazing perks if you want to dive deeper into what we do here at habohplays and habtunes. You want to get access to videos early. You want to get access to exclusive things like Patreon only videos and behind the scenes and all those good stuff. And you'll get access to our Discord server where we have tons of events happening every week. We have a monthly drink and draw event and we have a bi-weekly fitness event as well. So we are a very busy and active community. So come on over. It's just $1 a month, just $1, 4 quarters, 4 quarters a month. And that can go a long way. But if you can't do that, if you can't swing that, or if you don't trust me just yet, a subscribe and a like and a comment will do. So comment below and say, what's good, Habo? Thank you. Or whatever you want to comment, as long as it's nice, But until then, until we meet again, stay true. We out. Deuces.